I don't want to be a dick, but there's one additional thing about this that bothers me a little bit. Now we have given, like last week, we gave Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer a lot of credit for not folding yet at that point. I predicted that they would, so I was wrong. I've acknowledged that. Nancy Pelosi held strong to him. She's getting a lot of credit, including from us. Yeah. But I think people are going a little bit too far. Twitter is just full of, how do you like Nancy Pelosi now? Oh, all those people who wanted a neophyte. Aren't they glad they had Nancy Pelosi now?
No, I totally agree with you.
Don't get, what is so hard about standing up to Donald Trump? You entered into a shutdown that almost certainly was going to be blamed on him and the Republicans. Polling instantly showed that that was the case. The polling only favored you day by day as we went in. Why would you cave? Why would if randomly whoever we wanted, if Ro Khanna was speaker, if AOC was speaker, why would they have caved? They would have stood, I mean, not that you can technically stand stronger, she won, but there's no evidence that anyone other than Nancy Pelosi would have caved.
So the problem with the Washington establishment lovers, people who can't get enough of the Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumers of the world and just fawn all over them, is that they make it hard for us to just give them credit and be done with it. Like we did it a couple of days ago, we're doing it again today, good job, let's move on, right? But no, they can't leave well enough alone. So they're like, wasn't that the most amazing leadership you've ever seen? No, it was really straightforward. The problem is we have an incredibly low bar. I mean, why? When you see his ratings going down every single day, does it take a master tactician to say, oh, I'll wait and let it go down the next day again and again and again? I mean, why on God's green earth would you give him anything under that scenario? But we're so used to Democrats sucking so badly that we're borderline shocked when they don't suck. And then we're like over the top giving them credit. And then
that's not enough.
And that's not enough. And people are like, no, you must bow down to her master strategy. But by the way, can I get credit then? Can we all get credit here? Because we asked them to stand strong years ago. When they were doing the other government shutdown, we said, for God's sake, stand strong. You have the upper hand, and last time they didn't, and they cost us the dreamers. So are you happy now, establishment guys? Because now we're back to criticizing them, because they're not actually strong unless they have the lowest bar in history.
Well, and that goes back to your point on the 20 billion. That was the original sort of idea from Chuck Schumer, and then you go down to 5 points. It's a lot of money. It's like much more money, and then you go down to the 5.7, and now it's very much a political ploy, as well as the fact that we don't want to fund this. It's also, yes, we can keep this going. Anyone in that position should and would keep that going, especially when you have a Congress of Democrats who can. And it's about time that that happened. But yes, that's the position you have to take politically. And the reality is what should happen now in these 3 weeks, and I don't really see it from the reports out, is not only should a wall not be funded, but in fact, the budget should just be actually agreed upon completely. Like take these 3 weeks and say, you know what, you caved, but the real power play is to actually take these 3 weeks and close it. Not take the 3 weeks and give an opportunity to go back into whatever he may come up with to keep this going for the next round.
Right, and also I think that much of the conversation regarding Democrats usually revolves around them being weak, just weak by nature. But I actually don't think that's true. I think that they are willing to fight as long as their financial interests aren't at risk.
100%
right. And so I became a little bit fearful because Cenk brought up another great point about labor unions and whether or not labor unions might get involved and try to negotiate with Democrats to end the government shutdown ASAP, because people are suffering, people are hurting. I get that point. But look, it's not about being weak. It's about the financial interests at play. That's really what always goes on behind the scenes. And when it comes to government corruption, there is no Democrat versus Republican. There is corruption across the board.
Right, and so what didn't happen here, and why I lost the bet to Anna in the first place about Democrats caving, is that the market did not turn down. My thesis was if the market would turn down because the government shut down, and if it did, then the donors would have panicked and told Pelosi and Schumer, you open that government back up, and they would have caved immediately. So the donor money never came into play here. That's what allowed them to appear to be strong. Now, I will give Nancy, I'll go over the top on the establishment and give her even more credit than they give her if she ever actually stands up to her own donors. Once, just even once. And that is when you really test someone's strength. Not when you're already winning and your corporate donors are on your side and the progressives are on your side and the moderates are on your side and everybody's on your side. So again, just let us say good job and let's just move forward without you trying to take stupid credit that doesn't make any sense. And by the way, sorry, super last thing, Pelosi will then turn around and use this later, this is my prediction, against progressives. So when they go to fight for Medicare for all, she'll say, now remember what a great tactician I am, and Politico and New York Times and everybody else told you that I am the greatest strategist of all time. So you have to trust me that we shouldn't do Medicare for all until 20 to 30 years later. So no, I don't agree to that. And the fact that you did something good but normal here does not buy you any credit at all when you later try to delay progressive policies. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.